Choosing a program to help you create and launch your consulting business can feel a lot like online dating. They'll all look good at first until you realize that they're giving you generic, basic advice, no support, zero receipts, and any tools or resources that they give you are all things that you probably feel like you could have made yourself. If you're trying to launch a real consulting business, let's make sure that you don't waste your time or money. Hey friends, if you're new here, I am Brianca Kirkman. I am a personal branding and marketing strategist, and I specialize in helping my clients transform their corporate skills and expertise into profitable consulting offers and land their first or next client in 90 days. Subscribe to this channel for weekly videos filled with simple strategies, sustainable systems, and support to help you pivot from corporate employee to corporate consultant. In today's video, I'm taking you behind the scenes of my signature consulting program, Clarity to Coins, to show you exactly why it is exactly what you need if you are a professional woman who's ready to pivot from corporate America, transform your corporate skills and expertise into a profitable consultant offer, and land your first or next client in 90 days. If that's you, then this video is for you. All programs are not built the same, and you deserve one that was literally crafted to give you results. But before we dive in, if you have any questions or if you're interested in Clarity to Coins, but maybe you just need to talk it through and make sure it's a good fit for you, I want you to comment "help me" in the comments, and I'll shoot you over a quick link to book a connection call for us to walk it through together. All right, so first things first. If the consulting program that you are considering doesn't help you define your niche, it probably is not going to be a good fit. And the reason that I say that is because the common saying, the riches are in the niches, is true. The more specific that you can be about the industry that you want to work in or the client that you want to serve, the problems that you solve, the more clarity you will have in your messaging, the more tailored you'll be able to design your offer, and the more articulately you'll be able to convey who your offer is for and how it's going to help them. As you dive into corporate consulting, your decision makers are looking for someone who can help them solve their very specific problem. They want someone who has a proven track record, who can back it up with data or facts or referrals. And so the better that you are in being able to map what it is that you do to the problem that they have and the desire that they or the organization want to see, the better chances you have of closing that contract. And so your niche is going to be more than just like, I want to work in marketing consulting or I want to work in operations consulting. You want to have a lot of information on who exactly your decision makers are going to be in those organizations, even down to like what organizations you want to work for or what organizations you want to support and why. Starting with your niche is so important because everything spins from there, from your messaging to the type of offers that you create, to the type of support that you provide, to the colors that you select for your brand. All of these things are so important because they all work together to convey a very specific and a very tailored message. And you want that message to be almost like laser focused to the decision maker that you are trying to work with. A good way to start off that process or kick off that process is by understanding exactly what your niche is. As an example, I had a client who recently came to work with us in the consulting program, and she spent the last 8.5 years working in a very specific industry. She worked in an aeronautics industry. We were able to build out her consultant offer in a way that literally she could plug and play what she had been doing in her corporate career into this work that she would be doing for other organizations like the companies that she'd worked for. We were also able to map back to these organizations to see, were there any decision makers or stakeholders who would be willing to bring her in as a consultant because she already built that rapport and that relationship with them in that specific industry. So this just goes back to my point, which is that the more clearly it is that you can articulate exactly who you want to serve and the solution that you want to provide for them, the more clearly and articulately you will be able to sell your services. Every program sounds like it's going to be the magic bullet, or it's going to be exactly what you need until you start digging into it. And I recommend that when you're looking at programs that you ask yourself, what exactly am I walking away with? If you can't tell what transformation you're going to have by the end, that might be your sign to walk away. As an example, in Clarity to Coins, one of the things that we really focus on is helping our clients create their offer and land their first or next client in 90 days. So if you have been working in corporate, maybe you've even already started your consulting business, but you want to gain more clarity, you want to refine your offer, you want to land another client. Clarity to Coins is designed to help you get that clarity, refine that offer, and land your first or next client in 90 days. It was created specifically with that transformation in mind. We had a client who joined. She'd worked in the educational sector. She had been a school administrator, a school principal, a bunch of different roles, and she really wanted to land a consultant contract that would allow her to support schools in attracting and retaining Black school educators. So she came to work with us, and within her 90-day time frame, we were able to secure a 5-figure contract for her to work with a school using the framework that we created inside of Clarity to Coins. So understanding what the transformation is before you enroll into a program is also important because it helps you kind of mile check yourself to understand that you are doing the work to fulfill that transformation and that you're going to get the support, the resources, and the accountability that you need to make that happen. Okay, let's pause real quick. What's one thing that you're looking for when it comes to enrolling in a program like Clarity to Coins? Is it accountability? Is it systems? Is it one-to-one support? Is it clarity? Let me know in the comments. I'm super nosy and I want to hear from you. Now, when you're thinking about getting support and building your consulting business, it's important to consider your consultant's track record. You don't want to just sign up for a program without checking the receipts to understand how the person who is about to support you has been able to either do what you are embarking on doing, or they've been able to support others in doing that same thing. And you can check that track record by looking at case studies, looking at testimonials, learning more about their framework, learning more about the deliverables that they have in their program, testing out some of their free strategies that they provide, downloading their lead magnet. All of these different kinds of things can give you insight into whether someone is credible enough to solve your specific problem and support you in a way that you're actually looking for. You want someone who's done specifically what it is that you are looking to do, and someone who has a proven track record of helping others do the same. So I didn't just wake up one day and decide that I was going to teach other people how to build a consulting business. In fact, when I first started Clarity to Coins, I really started helping my clients launch coaching businesses. But over the years, one of the things that I've realized is that the biggest revenue driver in my business has been my own consulting business. I work as a marketing consultant for a number of small businesses, nonprofits, and things like that. But I also go into universities and I help them teach personal branding to their students. And I also work with organizations who want to leverage the power of personal branding for their executives to improve employee engagement, improve their company culture, improve employee retention, or overall just increase sales and brand awareness for their organization. And so because I built this successful consulting practice and doing the work over and over again, I started realizing that in my onboarding, I was attracting more women who were interested in consulting. And so I kind of pivoted Clarity to Coins to really hone in on and focus on women who wanted to get into consulting, because I felt like it was more of a lucrative pathway considering the way the internet is going. But also, I really like working with women who are super skilled and very smart in the work that they do. I think it's just something that really gives me a lot of joy to be able to serve them and to be able to see them take skills that they may have been underpaid for or undervalued in and leverage them to kind of chart their own path in their career and create opportunities that maybe they've only dreamt of, or, they didn't even think were possible. That's kind of how I got into this. I've worked on multi-million-dollar campaigns. I've helped leaders launch six-figure businesses. And I built Clarity to Coins based on real client experiences, based on real strategies, work that I've done as a digital director or working in marketing for the last 12 years. One thing that I want to know is that my success in this industry and marketing and consulting isn't just based on me and what I've been able to do, but it's really more so based on what my clients and my students have been able to do, because I firmly believe that good roots produce good fruit. When you see what my clients have been able to build, I just think that speaks more to my expertise and the value of working with me than anything that I could accomplish on my own. And finally, support matters. You don't need another DIY course that leaves you kind of stuck in confusion. You don't need a bunch of templates or guides or PDFs or resources or things like that. You need a specific strategy. And one thing that I believe in that is the foundation of everything that I do is that marketing is not one size fits all. So a strategy that might work for another consultant might not work for you based on your personality or the industry that you're going in, the decision makers that you want to connect with, the strategy or the approach that you want to use to create those connections and have those and build those relationships. With that in mind, one of the things that we do in Clarity to Coins is that although the curriculum is pretty standard, we tailor the strategy that you might execute based on various things that I learned about you in our one-on-one calls or our group coaching calls or things like that. I don't believe in rinse and repeat systems or one size fits all approaches, because I've seen that they don't specifically work, especially in consulting. When people are blindly sending out emails or blindly code pitching in DMs and things like that, those things rarely produce the results that you're looking for. And so instead, I like to take a more strategic, a more tailored approach. In Clarity to Coins, not only do you get the signature Clarity to Coins curriculum, but you also get weekly coaching calls, you get a support ticket database where you are able to submit specific things for individual feedback. You get monthly metric check-ins, you get monthly strategy check-ins, you get the launch lab if you're preparing to host a launch for your offer. There are so many checkpoints inside of Clarity to Coins, literally created to help you maintain your momentum while also just moving forward through the process to not just get that first client, but to also build a sustainable business that will support you in your endeavors, in your life, in your vision, in your goals. And so that's something that's really important to me inside of Clarity to Coins and the women that I work with. If you're serious about launching your consulting business the right way and you want support, but maybe you just want to take the first step, download my free quick start guide, Make Them Remember You. It'll show you exactly how to monetize your expertise and land your first or next client with a premium offer that you will actually feel confident selling. And don't forget to answer in the comments and let me know what's one thing that you must have when enrolling in a program like Clarity to Coins. Follow me on Instagram for even more strategies to go from corporate employee to corporate consultant. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.